VHS sports fans, to today's boys soccer game. I am your announcer, William Miller, and today at Gittone Stadium, the VHS Fighting Clan will be going up against the Absegami Braves. Apologies for last week as well. We were supposed to cover the soccer game last week, the boys soccer game. However, our van was getting wrapped at the time, so we were not able to make it. But today should be a good match. Great weather out today. Nice, bright, and mostly sunny. And we'll see how the Fighting Clan does today. And it looks like the teams are now starting to get lined up. We shall see who's starting off with the ball today. I do know, however, that Everett Cronk will not be here today for the Vineland team. Not exactly sure why he is out. But that is one less good player that Vineland has. Looks like all the teams are finally getting in their positions, and it looks like Absegami will be setting up first. Absegami starts it off. Quite a lot of movement already. Vineland trying to get that ball as quickly as they can. Already the Braves are putting up quite a defense against Vineland. Vineland moving over into the Braves' half, though. Looks to be the number 4 there of Vineland, Anthony Calabrese, there to catch it. Number 9 of Luke Baruffi already going for the ball. Getting close to the edge there, almost going out of bounds. That's the number 27 of Hayden Burton-Nazi for Vineland, passing it over. Looks like that'll be an out of bounds as well. Looks like that will go over to the Braves for possession. Braves have possession of the ball currently. Trying to get the ball out of their half of the field already. That looks to be the number 1 of Miles Hernandez. Kicks it up into the air about to the 45-yard line. Braves are moving up over into VHS to have the field. Luckily, it looks like that will be, looks like Richie Pepe out there for, playing goalie at the moment was able to catch that ball in time. Looks like that'll go over to the Braves for possession. Braves throwing the ball in deep into VHS's half. Looks to be the number 2 of Chase Bermudez running after that ball. Or sorry, Jonathan Ridley. There's Richie with the ball. Kicks it off, goes up into the air about to the 40-yard line. Header there from both one of the Braves and VHS players. Braves moving up there, keeping it in VHS's half. That looks to be the number 15 going for it. Looks to be either a penalty or an offsides. Looks like possession goes back over to VHS. There's the number 84 there with the ball. Kicks it up into the air over to about the 50-yard line, intercepted by what looked to be there goes the number 27 of Bernanazzi going after the ball there, keeping it just away from one of the Braves players. Looks like it went over to VHS for possession after it went out of bounds. Goes over to the number 20 of the Braves, number 20 being Adriano Canales Uceda. Apologies if I mispronounced that last name. Looks like that will go over to VHS for possession for a throw-in. That is the number 17 of Austin Donato. Donato throws it in, intercepted by one of the Braves players. Donato was able to grab it right back. VHS trying to move up over towards the Braves' goal. Braves putting on quite a defense there. Both teams playing at their best so far. Not one team has scored a point just yet. VHS corner kicked it in. However, it looked like one of the Braves players kicked it back out of bounds again before they could get it any closer to the goal. But that will go back over to VHS for possession as they will get another shot at a corner kick as the number 9 of Luke Baruffi currently with the ball going for the corner kick. It's like a substitution. Or possible situation. Looks like the Braves will be subbing out one of their players.
That's a given, don't you?
VHS goes for the corner kick. Up in the air, intercepted by one of the Braves players. VHS grabs it right back. Looks like the Braves are just able to keep it out of the way. Moving it back towards center field. Braves now moving it over into VHS's half. There's no Sarnoff there to try and put up a defense against the number 4 of Owen Torres. That was the number 4 of Calabrese on the VHS side to protect it. Looks like they'll go over to the Braves for possession for a throw-in. That's the number 5 there of Steven Davini. Header there from Sarnoff, moving it back over to about 30-yard line. VHS re-intercepts it. VHS fighting hard there with one of the Braves players. And it looks like that'll go out of bounds. That'll go over to VHS for possession. As you can see, the refs now have flags out, which makes it a lot easier to tell which side is which side received the penalty. No, Sarnoff kicks the ball up into the air. One of the Braves players kicks it back up into the air. There's the number 13 there of Nicholas Santandrea for VHS. That was Bertozzi there, kicking it back out, kicking it back inbounds. No, Sarnoff there going for the ball, kicks it over. There's the number 9 again of Luke Baruffi, who had possession. VHS now trying to move up over into the Braves' half. And closer to the goal, but it looks like that will go out of bounds. However, luckily for VHS, that will go over to them for possession. VHS throws the ball in, but it looks like it'll go out of bounds again, going over to VHS for another throw-in. VHS throws it in a little bit closer to the center field this time. Kicks it up in the air. Oh, wow. Ball was still in play. It looks like that'll go out of bounds, possibly off of one of the Braves players. Yeah, it looks like it. That will go over to VHS for possession. Quite the jump there. From one of the VHS players that looked like possibly the number 19 of Moses Arku. Number 4 throws it in. Header there from one of the VHS players. And another header from, looked like to be the number 2 of Jonathan Ridley. Headers it into the goal. Absolutely amazing there. That will be the first point for Vineland. Or no. Apologies. It seems it did not count. That will go back over to VHS for possession, however. Looks like this time it will be a corner kick. VHS kicks it up. Header there from Noah Sarnoff. VHS desperately trying to keep it over there to keep that goal. Looks like they will not have a point just yet. Braves' goalie kicks up the ball into the air over to about center line. Recent update from a couple of our crew members. It seems that possibly the reason why that goal didn't go through was he might have been a little bit too close to the goal, causing it not to count. But I'm sure the Fighting Clan will keep fighting to score a point, as well as the Braves will be. Braves headbutt it into the air. Oh! Quite the tumble there.
No, you're not. They did the same
Looks
thing.
like to be the number 14 and the number 19 Looks like that'll go over to. I'll go over to the Braves for possession. Braves kick it off. Very far shot over there, deep into VHS's half to about the 20-yard line. VHS fighting to keep it over into the Braves' half of the field, moving up there quite quickly over towards the Braves' goal. Braves putting up a hard defense, though, to keep them out. Braves trying to keep the ball away. VHS trying to keep the ball in the goal. That looks like they'll go out of bounds. Not exactly sure who that's off of. Looks like that'll be off of one of the VHS players, so that will go over to the Braves for possession. One of the Braves players kicks it off. That looked to be the number 9 of Jackson Watzel. Apologies. Header there from Noah Sarnoff, sitting around center field. Braves moving up there. A lot of back and forth between the two teams. VHS trying to get that ball. VHS kicks it up over to Bertinazi. Very close there. VHS currently fighting with the Braves to keep it in possession. Braves regain possession, start moving over towards VHS's half of the field. Braves still going for it. Kicks it up deeper into VHS's half of the field. VHS putting on quite the defense to keep it away. Braves really putting their all into it so far. Looks to be that will be an offside. It's not exactly sure which side they're calling that on. Unless it's not. Apologies. That's a out of bounds. VHS throws it into, it looks like Moses Arku, and as well as the number 6. So they'll go back over to the Braves for possession. VHS currently has possession of the ball, sitting in the Braves' half. Braves regain possession, moving it back up. And there looks to be an injury on the field. I'll go over to the Braves for possession. There's the number 14 for the Braves of Mike Darcy. Braves kick it up over towards VHS goal. Header there from Noah Sarnoff. VHS able to keep it away, trying to move it back over to the Braves half of the field. Looks like that'll go back over to VHS for possession. VHS kicks off the ball. Currently still sitting in their own half, trying to move it back over to the Braves half of the field. Braves currently with possession of the ball. VHS coming over there to try and intercept it. Looks like that will go over to VHS for possession after an out of bounds. VHS kicks in the ball over to the goal. Very close there, and that looks like that will be a goal for VHS. First point of the game. And that looks like that is the first point of the game, an actual goal this time. Wow. Great work there from VHS, moved over into the Braves half of the field. I still think that first goal should have counted. However, VHS now has a point on the board. Let's see if they can continue the streak. Braves currently with possession of the ball in VHS half of the field, trying to get back at VHS. That'll go over to the Braves for possession. Braves currently have possession of the ball, kicks it over towards VHS's goal. VHS puts up a brick wall defense to keep them away. That looks like that'll be an out of bounds and go back over to the Braves for a throw-in. Braves throwing the ball there, a header from one of their teammates as well. However, it looks like that will not be a goal, going just off the side there past the touch line. Very close call there for VHS. Goalie passes the ball to the number 4 of Anthony Calabrese. Number 6 currently with possession, of which we do not seem to have listed on our roster. Or sorry, that's Tony Gonzalez in the number 6. Here's Calabrese pushing against one of the Braves members there. That's the number 9 of Jackson Westill. There's the number 15 there for the Braves of Jacob Diaz. Corner kick there from the Braves players. Looks like VHS regains possession of the ball, trying to move it out of their half of the field.
You're horrible. Absolutely pathetic.
Looks like that will go over to Looks like that'll go over to the Braves for a goalie kick, or a goal kick, kick on goal. You can see one of the Braves players slide to the ground there. Not exactly sure what happened there. Seems to be a possible situation of unsportsmanlike conduct, but...
Sorry, we're probably not going to get a
Terrible call.
Richie's got this.
Nice. Got it on video.
See, he goes for the kick. And that will be a goal for the Absegami Braves. Seems to still be some disputes about what actually happened there, but either way, the score is now tied 1-1. It'll be VHS now starting with the ball.
Put it back in the net. Can't save that one.
Come on, Moses. Send it. Come on.
VHS throws in the ball, currently sitting in the Braves' half of the field. There's Calabrese there with the ball. Passes it over. VHS currently moving over towards the Braves' goal. A lot of pressure from the Braves' defense there. Looks like it'll go just past the side of it and into the back fence there, past the touch line. Being out of bounds, and we'll go over to the Braves for possession. That'll be a kick for the goalie. Braves currently fighting to regain possession of that ball. VHS fighting to keep it over towards the Braves' goal. Braves really putting on quite the defense today.
Shoulder to shoulder.
Are you kidding?
Looks like that'll go over to the Braves again for an incident involving VHS.
Last time we had a game together, I left him sitting by himself.
Come on. Send.
Go. You gotta be.
There was another shot there from one of the VHS players. Sadly, it only went to the back fence. Crowd a little rowdy here, a little upset with some of the calls being called out today. Not exactly sure what the situation is. We do have all this on camera, but can't exactly review it in real time. Not just yet. Braves currently with possession, moving over into VHS's half of the field. VHS going over to intercept it to try and get it out of their half of the field. Teetering on the edge of being out of bounds there. That looks like that'll go over to VHS for possession. And as the number 20 throwing it in of Gabriel Garton.
Pushing the backs, okay?
Looks like just keeping it out of bounds there. That will go over to VHS currently. Or no, Braves currently have possession. Moving swiftly over to VHS half of the field. Another tumble there from one of the players. And that will go over to the Braves for possession. Crowd's still not exactly happy with what's going on here.
I remember hearing that
looks like it was actually VHS who threw it back in. Braves currently trying to fight to get possession there. VHS moving over towards about center field right now over in the Braves half of the field. Braves kick it back up over to center field. VHS there to intercept it, as well as one of the other Braves players. There goes VHS moving up over towards the Braves' goal. It looks like the goalie will just be able to catch that. Still tied so far in the first half. Both teams currently sitting around center field at the moment. VHS fighting hard to try and keep that ball over in the Braves half of the field. Braves moving over into VHS half of the field. That will go off of one of the VHS players and go over to the Braves for possession after it goes out of bounds. I'll go over to the Braves for possession again. Not exactly sure if or who was responsible for that tackle there, if that even was a tackle. Braves kick it off over towards VHS's goal. VHS goes over there and just able to intercept it. Good work there from Richie Pepe. Goalie passes it over to one of the other VHS players. VHS trying to move it over towards the goal, over towards the Braves' goal. Looks to be an offsides possibly. Which will go over to VHS for possession. VHS kicks the ball up to about the 40-yard line. Header there from both a VHS player and a Braves player. Braves currently with possession of the ball. VHS pushing there a little bit to try and get possession of it. Braves are really putting a lot of pressure on VHS. VHS moving up there over towards the Braves' goal. Braves are just able to gain possession of it and keep it out of the way. VHS desperately trying to get over there and intercept that ball. Kicks it out of bounds. That will go over to the Braves for possession. Braves kicks it way over towards VHS's goal. Luckily, Richie is there to grab it in time. She kicks off the ball over towards about the 45-yard line. There's number 27 of Burnt Nazi there to intercept it. VHS really starting to put on the pressure now to move over into the Braves half of the field. Being out of bounds off of, look to be the Braves, so that will go over to VHS for possession for a throw-in. That'll be a substitution for both teams, subbing out number 6, and it looked to be the number 6 for VHS and number 4 for the Braves. There's Calabrese throwing the ball over to VHS.
Come on!
You put your mouth and blow it. Not the game. Over the back.
Another one! What?
Crowd still not happy with these calls. It looks like the ref called a yellow card there.
I have no idea.
The ref is talking to someone. He's putting the kid back into play.
Come on, Liv.
It's getting very, very aggressive between the two teams here. Still not exactly sure what's going on there. Looked to be a block from the Braves there. Crowd is not happy here. As you could see, if you saw on the broadcast, two of the VHS players there got knocked over and collided with both a Braves player each. First one did not seem to be called. Second one called. Crowd not happy about it as they feel it was incorrect, as it looked like it wasn't actually the VHS player's fault.
Come on, Liv.
Not exactly sure who was yellow card there. It looked like it could have been Calabrese, and it looks like that is a goal for VHS. That's another point for VHS. Very tight and interesting game here, especially with all the calls that are going on here. Not exactly sure what seems to be the situation with that. However, does make for an interesting game.
So my daughter, he doesn't like him. He doesn't like mine. So the bald guy, Victoria's junior years, I had went to the
Number 5 hit him.
You gotta call it both ways.
And that looks to be another yellow card.
12 on 11 don't work.
And that looks to be the number 10 getting yellow carded. Again, not exactly sure what constitutes this, as none of them really look like they're caused by the VHS players.
Let him say game doesn't matter.
Crowd getting very ornery with every play that seems disagreeable. Not exactly sure what the situation is, but it looks like the Braves will have possession of the ball. Still 2-1 at the moment. Vineland 2, Absegami Braves 1. Game will resume. That will go. Braves kick it off deep into Vineland's half of the field. Vineland currently fighting at the moment to keep it out of their half of the field. As the Braves keep moving over, that will go over to Vineland for possession after it goes out of bounds off of one of the Braves players. There's the number 20 there of Garton. Throws it in a little bit further over. There's one of the Braves players to intercept it. Braves currently moving over into VHS's half. VHS passes it up to their goalie. Goalie kicks it forward. As I always like to say, it's always risky to pass back to your goalie, especially with players that close to you. But if you really have no other choice, there's not much you can do in that situation.
No handball. Body ball.
VHS putting on a lot of pressure there to the Braves. VHS moves up the ball to about center field. Header there from one of the Braves players. And that looks to be a penalty of sorts against VHS. We'll go over to the Braves for possession. Passes it up the side of the field. VHS regains possession of the ball, hits it up into the air. Moving over towards the goal.
Gotta stay with the call! Sir, you have to leave! Guess what? You're gonna beat the traffic. You suck. What'd you say? What'd you say?
Not exactly sure what's going on here. Seems to be a disagreement between the refs and the crowd. A lot of tension between everybody on the field today.
Taking odds on who's next.
Not exactly sure how they're going to call this. Not exactly sure who it's going over to for possession. And it looks to be
The ref is talking to security.
I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. It looks like the ref is talking to security there.
There's like some kind of time limit. Yes.
Bro, he should be worried. He's getting paid.
Not exactly sure who's going to get possession at the moment. Very close one to call there. Security doesn't seem to be doing anything at the moment. Doesn't seem to be dire situation. Looks like that'll go over to the Braves for possession. Goalie passes it up to one of their players.
My friends are watching and they're like,
VHS fighting for possession of the ball. Braves currently moving up here over into VHS's half of the field. VHS able to defend it and keep it away.
Come on, stay tough with him, guys.
Header there from, it looks to be Sarnoff there in the number 15. Looks like Calabrese is not out of this game. He is still there, so that's good to see. There's a penalty over to the Braves. That will go over to VHS for possession. Here's the number 17 to kick it off of Austin Donato. Looks to be another call against VHS.
Oh, his girlfriend is not happy.
John may be up there. Sometimes he'll be up in the box. He'll be up there somewhere. We don't always see him, but I haven't seen shit.
Looked like the number 27 of VHS collided with the goalie of the Braves, and then the goalie landed on top of the number 27. Not exactly sure why they called it against VHS in that case scenario. VHS throws it in after going out of bounds. VHS trying to jump up and intercept it. Braves grab the ball and able to kick it out of bounds before VHS can get it. VHS throws in the ball. Braves defend and keep it away over to about the 40-yard line. VHS kicks it up into the air. Heading closer over towards the goal. Looks like that will be a corner kick for VHS. Let's see what they can do with it. VHS kicks the ball over towards the goal. There's a couple headers there. Braves putting up quite the defense to keep it away. There's out of bounds. That will go over to Calabrese. Calabrese throws it in to the number 13, it looks like, of Nicholas Santandrea. Sarnoff kicks it up into the air. Ball really going up into the air a lot here. Another call, looks like this time it will go against the Braves. Looked like a small jump collision there between Sarnoff and one of the Braves players. I'll go over to VHS for possession of the ball. This could be their shot on goal.
I'm here for appearances, you know what I'm saying?
Braves trying to figure out which would be the best defense.
That's crazy.
VHS kicks the ball up just over the top of the goal, even behind the fence as well. I'll go over to the Braves for possession of the ball. Braves currently with possession of the ball. VHS moving with the ball right now over towards the Braves side of the field, trying to get over to that goal. Looks like Bertozzi hit it over to the number 9 of Luke Baruffi. Looks like the ref did not call that one. Nice shot there from Bertozzi. Sadly, looked like the Braves goalie was able to grab it. Braves goalie being number 1 of, looks like, Miles Hernandez. A lot of back and forth between the Braves and VHS currently around center field.
I guess nothing there either.
Crowd is really not happy with a lot of the calls that are being made today. Or lack thereof. And that looks to be the end of the first half. Great game so far, 2-1. A lot of very interesting calls made by the ref here, or lack thereof, as well as the crowd not being so happy with it. Neither are either of the teams. We shall see how we continue into the second half of the game. I am your announcer, William Miller, and we will be right back. And welcome back, VHS sports fans, to the second half of our boys soccer game. Very interesting half so far. We have had 2 points for Vineland, 1 point for the Braves so far. I am your commentator, William Miller, and I will be announcing the rest of this match as well. A lot of very interesting little tussles verbally between the crowd and the refs. A lot of disagreements on what exactly should have been called and what shouldn't have been called. A lot of missed calls. And we shall see how the game progresses. Vineland is starting off with the ball. Now the teams have switched sides. We shall see how it goes from there. VHS currently with possession. Braves regain possession of the ball. VHS trying to fight there to keep the ball back into the Braves half of the field. Currently now sitting in Vineland's half of the field. Looks to be a call for an offsides. I'll go over to VHS for possession. VHS kicks the ball over to about the 40-yard line. Braves currently fighting there to keep it over in VHS half of the field, moving over towards their goal. VHS regains possession of the ball, moving over into the Braves half of the field. Looks like that'll go out of bounds off of one of the Braves players. That looks like Bernhardt there to go pick up the ball. Actually, it looks like there's also an offsides for VHS, so that will go over to the Braves instead for possession.
That's what they do now. I don't know why. It's dumb as shit, too. Until somebody gets hurt.
Braves kick off the ball over to about the 30-yard line in Vineland's half. Getting a little aggressive between both of the teams. Braves fighting there to keep it out of their half of the field. VHS takes a shot on goal. Looks like it'll just go off to the side of it. There's their goalie. There's the Braves goalie to go intercept it. As the number 00 of Josh Jerome. Header there from one of the VHS players. Looked to be the number 11 of Joshua Makajumi. Looks like possession will go over to VHS for a penalty kick. VHS kicks the ball up into the air. Noah Sarnoff able to intercept it. And it looks to be an offsides call. VHS offsides again. That will go over to the Braves for possession. There's the number 14 there for the Braves, Mike Darcy. Kicks off the ball to about the 30-yard line for VHS. VHS goalie intercepts it. Can't tell if that's still Richie there. Looks like it could be. Looks like it'll go out of bounds and over to the Braves for possession. VHS trying to move into the Braves half of the field here. That's another out of bounds and will go over to VHS for possession. VHS throws in the ball. Braves really putting a lot of pressure here on VHS. Looks like Bernhardt was moving up there. Looks like he'll go out of bounds, however, past the touch line on the Braves' end of the field. It'll be a kick from one of their players. Looks like also the number 14 of Mike Darcy. VHS intercepts the ball and regains possession of it. There's a couple headers from the VHS players. Braves currently have possession, moving over into VHS's half of the field. Sarnoff passes it back over to the goalie. Whoa! He's going to say very risky play, especially very risky there. I'll go over to VHS for possession. VHS has possession of the ball, moving over to the Braves' half. Looks like it was intercepted by the Braves' goalie, however, of Josh Jerome. Braves currently with possession of the ball, kicks it over into VHS's half of the field. VHS has possession of the ball, trying to move it back over. VHS has possession of the ball. Now we'll go over to the Braves. VHS brings it back to their goalie. He was able to catch it, kicks it up to about the 20-yard line. Quite the jump there from one of the Braves players. VHS putting on a hard defense there to try and keep the Braves from scoring. Looks like that'll be an out of bounds as well, past the touchline. That'll go over to the Braves for, it looks like a corner kick. There's the Braves taking a corner kick. Look, good header there from Noah. We'll go over to VHS for possession after a little bit of a tumble there. VHS kicks the ball into the air, intercepted by the number 9 at around the 40-yard line. Braves moves it back over into VHS to have the field. VHS goalie able to grab it in time and kick it away. There's Bernhardt there. Bernhardt kicks it up, sadly intercepted by one of the Braves team members. Looks like that'll be an out of bounds and go over to the Braves for possession. Not exactly sure what the ref was calling there. Braves now have possession. Sitting around in VHS half of the field. VHS passes it back to their goalie again, kicks it up. Very risky there for them to keep passing it back to their goalie like that. Looks like Ernie there passed it behind him. Bit of a tussle there between the number 9 of VHS and the number 14 of Absegami. VHS kicks it up into the air. A lot back and forth here as both teams are fighting hard to try and score another point. Braves currently with possession of the ball, having a lot of defense put on them. And that looks like an offsides. So that will go over to VHS for possession. VHS passes it back to their goalie. Goalie kicks it over to the number 20. That number 20 being Gabriel Garten. Braves keeping a lot of defense there to keep it away from their goal. Being down by a point, definitely focusing a lot more on defense at the moment. But have also had quite the strong offense. Vineland really focusing on defense here. VHS throws in the ball around to the 30-yard line into the Braves' half. Looks like it went out of bounds, however, so that will go over to VHS again for possession. VHS kicks it over into like another penalty. Not exactly sure what happened there. Looks like possibly an offsides for VHS.
Stop, Jake.
Braves currently with possession of the ball, fighting in Vineland's half of the field. Passes back to around center field. Vineland coming up there to intercept the ball. There's a call there against the Braves for holding back. It looked like the number 5 of VHS of Kevin Ocampo. I'll go over to VHS for a penalty kick. VHS kicks it up, intercepted by a header of one of the Braves players. VHS kicks it back over towards the goal. Looks to be an offsides, so that will go back over to the Braves for possession. Braves currently with possession of the ball, trying to get it out of their half of the field. Vineland moving to get the ball. Currently now in Vineland's half of the field. VHS kicks it up to about the 35-yard line. That'll be a penalty against VHS. Looks like one of the VHS players might have accidentally tripped one of the Braves. Now go over to the Braves for possession at the 30-yard line. Braves kick it over towards VHS's goal. VHS able to put up a brick wall defense and keep it away. VHS moving over towards the Braves' goal. Braves able to defend it, however, and kick it back to about center line.
Good job, Noah. Go, go!
VHS moving over towards the Braves' goal. Sadly intercepted by the Braves' goalie. Goalie kicks it off to about the, say, around 40-yard line. VHS moving over towards their goal. VHS kicks it up into the air. Oh! Ball is still in play. Braves regain possession of it. Something's up with the goalie there. Looks like the collision might have hurt. So that goal will not count for VHS. Hopefully the goalie is okay. Even though we're going up against the Braves, we still wish that none of their players get hurt. Glad to see the goalie back up on his feet. So he got hit in the side of the head there. Hopefully he's doing okay. One of the Braves players kicks it up. That looked like to be Darcy again. Braves currently have possession of the ball, moving over into VHS's half of the field. VHS kicks it back into the Braves' half of the field. Number 5 of VHS intercepts it, that being Ocampo. There's the number 10 to intercept it as well of Shimabuko. VHS has possession of the ball, passes it over to around the 40-yard line. Looks like another injury, this time between two of the Braves teammates. You'd see there the one teammate jumped over the other and looks like might have just hit him in the leg wrong. Looks like they're calling a timeout. About 28 minutes left in the game. Looks like a penalty will go over to VHS. Or sorry, maybe that's possession over to VHS.
Totally agree, Noah. They hit each other.
Two white shirts and they get the ball.
Never mind, looks like it will be going over to the Braves for possession, even though very interesting call there from the ref, even though it was between two Braves players. Not exactly sure why that was the decision. I hope that other player is okay, however. VHS currently fighting to gain possession of the ball. Looks like another collision between this time between a Braves player and a VHS player. Braves able to gain possession after it goes out of bounds, tosses it in. This will be another call. This time it looks like a penalty against the Braves. Couldn't exactly see what happened there. A little bit too much going on. But VHS has possession of the ball. VHS throws it in. Luckily, a couple of their players were there to intercept it. Braves fighting hard to put up a defense here. VHS passes it up. Goes for a shot. It goes over the fence. Very close one there. Went in the goal, but not the right goal. Sadly, this is not football, so that does not count as a field goal. VHS kicks over the ball. There's a corner kick attempt from VHS. It'll go over to VHS for possession after it goes out of bounds. So currently sitting at 2-1, 25 minutes left. Couple headers from VHS there, trying to get it into the goal. And it just goes into the back fence there. Very close one there for Absegami. There's Darcy again, kicking off the ball to about 50-yard line there. Goes out of bounds. That will go over to VHS for possession. VHS able to get possession of the ball further into the Braves' half of the field. Back and forth of the ball here. Ball goes way up into the air. VHS passes it backwards. Just kicks it over to one of their other players. Goes for a shot just off to the left side of the goal. Very close one there. Now being out of bounds off of, looks like one of the they're counting it as one of the VHS players that will go over to the Braves for possession. Braves throw it in, currently in VHS's half of the field. Braves have possession of the ball, trying to move over towards VHS's goal. Getting awfully close there to the out of bounds line there. There's a tumble there from the number 17 back up on his feet, however. There's the number 19. That's Moses Arku. VHS trying to regain possession of the ball in the Braves' half. No Sarnoff there to intercept the ball. Now being out of bounds off of the Braves player. That will go over to VHS for possession. Looks like it was also an offsides. So even better for VHS. VHS throws in the ball. There's the number 11 of Makajumi there to intercept it. Big kick there from one of the Braves players. Now being out of bounds off the touch line in the back there. Braves and VHS really putting a lot of pressure on each other here, trying to keep the other one from scoring. VHS currently with possession of the ball in their own half. Now sitting around the center yard line. VHS has possession of the ball, kicks it over into the Braves' half. The VHS players there that looked like Bernhardt there, chasing after the ball. Looks like Noah Sarnoff there fell over. That will go over to VHS for possession. A penalty for the Braves. VHS kicks off the ball over to the Braves half of the field. VHS has possession of the ball. Kicks it to about the 30-yard line in the Braves' half. Sounds like the teams are very vocal out there, especially the Braves' side. VHS throws in the ball to about the 30-yard line. Header there from the number 11 of Joshua. That'll be an out of bounds off of, I guess, the VHS, or out of bounds off of one of the Braves players, so that will go over to VHS for possession. That'll be a throw-in. That'll be number 17 of Austin Donato throwing in the ball. Looks like there is an injury on the field around the 30-yard line. Not exactly sure what happened there. Possibly called a timeout for that. Looks like they did call a timeout for that. Time is stopped at the moment. 19 minutes left in the game. It looks like that player number 7 of Nelson Herrera Hernandez seems to be okay. Possibly a small leg injury. VHS will start off with the ball, possibly. Looks to be that they're subbing out Joshua Ridley there. Or sorry, not Jonathan Ridley. Apologies. Now we'll go over to VHS for possession as we start again. VHS has possession of the ball, currently sitting in the Braves' half of the field. There's an out of bounds off of one of the VHS players that will go over to the Braves for possession after going past the touchline there at the end. There's Darcy again to kick off the ball. Number 15 of Noah Sarnoff intercepts it. This will be a penalty against VHS, not exactly what for. Not exactly sure what for. VHS has possession of the ball currently in their own half of the field, deep into their own half. And that was an out of bounds. That will go over to VHS for possession. Deep into the Braves half of the field here. There's a lot back and forth between the two, going deep into the other half of the field, not really scoring any points anymore. He just kicks the ball deeper into the Braves half of the field. A lot of the players popping the ball up here like popcorn. VHS still putting on a hard fight against the Braves here. Braves still putting on quite the decent defense, as well as a pretty good offense as well. So that'll be Darcy again to go kick off the ball. Braves have possession of the ball, almost going out of bounds there. VHS now has possession of the ball, kicks it over. And Burton Ozzie there almost tried to go and grab the ball. That will go over to the Braves for possession. VHS's goalie able to get a hold of the ball and kick it to about the 45-yard line. There's Bertnazzi, kicks it up. Oh. Goalie was out of the way. However, it looks like that went just past off to the side. That also looks like it was an offsides. So that will go over to the Braves for possession. Braves kick it up into the air. VHS currently with possession of the ball. VHS has the ball deep into the Braves' half. Braves trying to put on a defense there. Oh, quite the good defense there from the Braves. That was a close one for them again. Passes it over to Noah Sarnoff. VHS has possession of the ball around the 40-yard line. Nice headers there from VHS. That'll be an out of bounds off of one of the Braves players. That will go over to VHS for possession. There's Darcy again to kick off the ball. VHS fighting there with the Braves to gain possession of the ball. A lot of back and forth there, very close there. VHS moves it back over to the Braves half the field. That'll be an out of bounds that will go over to VHS for possession. VHS throws it in. Very close to the goal there, just intercepted by the Braves goalie. There's Bernhardt there trying to grab the ball. There's the number 5 of VHS who has it. VHS kicks it over, and that goes past the touch line. I'll go over to the Braves for possession. That'll be an out of bounds again. That will go over to the Braves for possession. VHS with possession of the ball, quickly moving over towards the Braves' goal. Oh, very close call there again. Hopefully the Braves goalie is able to grab it. Very nice work there from him. Both of our goalies today have been putting on a lot of our both of our goalies today have been doing their best, both on the Braves' side and on VHS' side. Can't really complain about either of them. Been a pretty evenly matched game here today, not gonna lie. A lot better than some of the other ones we've seen. Being out of bounds again, that will go over to the Braves for possession. Now go out of bounds, even over to the stands here. 10 minutes left in the game. Let's see what the teams can do. It's a call that will go over to VHS for possession.
Hit now in the head.
VHS kicks the ball up towards the goal. Just over the top of the goal, off to the side. Very close there from VHS. Looks to be another close call there. Wow. VHS really trying hard here to score a third point. There's Darcy to kick off the ball again. VHS with possession still. Kicks the ball up and into the goal. That'll be a third point for VHS. Holy crap. great shot there from VHS. Wow. And after that, the score is now 3-1. Time is dwindling. The Braves starting off with the ball now. You don't have much time left to score another point, and even if they do, they don't have enough time to score two. Although they sure are going to try. VHS playing keep away there. Now go out of bounds off of one of the Braves. Now go over to VHS for possession. VHS throws in the ball. Being out of bounds off of VHS. Not that it really matters that much. VHS basically have this in the bag. VHS kicks it out of bounds. We'll go over to the Braves for possession. There's the number 4 of the Braves, throws it in. Very close to VHS's goal here. VHS kicks it up in the air. Hand over into the Braves, half of the field. There's the number 7 going over there. Passes it forward to Burnt Nazi. Being out of bounds, and that will go over to VHS for possession. VHS very deep into the Braves half of the field here. Could this be possibly another point for VHS if they play this just right? VHS throws it in. Oh, very close shot there. Oh, and just off the side of the net. Wow.
An hour ago, I would have left.
Good save there from Josh Rome indeed. Both teams have been playing their absolute best today. About 4 minutes now. Let's see what Vineland can do with the 4 minutes that they have left. Braves currently with possession of the ball. VHS will kick it out of bounds. Let's see what the Braves can do. Braves throwing the ball close to VHS's goal there. VHS is able to intercept it. Starting to move it back over into the Braves half of the field. There's the Braves' goalie, Josh, to go and bring it back. And it looks like there was less time than I thought left over. That is the end of the game. Great final play there from VHS. While there was a couple hardships here and there with disagreements between, you know, the ref and a couple of the plays that he called and that he didn't call. Overall, great game. Final score, 3-1. Vineland, 3 points. Braves, 1 point. However, both teams absolutely played amazing today. Both of our goalies were absolutely amazing today. Great work from both of the teams. Great even game so far. Also, a special thanks to our TV crew. Today we have Arsen Mizuki on audio and graphics, Genevieve Carter on camera, Brandon Neves on camera, and Evan Roman on camera, as well as Mr. Diola, our wonderful director. Thank you all so much for checking in here. Be sure to check out the Vineland Public Schools Broadcasting YouTube channel at VLD Schools on YouTube. Make sure to include that as well. I will be sure to catch you guys at the next game, which probably won't be for a while. However, tune in tomorrow for a nice VHS football game. I will not be announcing it. However, have a great night. Thank you all. Wonderful game. This is William Miller signing off.